The world's largest exporter of goods is undergoing a massive crisis. China's retail industries are on the brink of closure. The situation is so dire that business owners have resorted to praying to Buddha because there is absolutely nothing else left to do. The shocking fact of the matter is that these were companies that had been operational for years. Established companies that had never faced economic issues before are receiving no orders whatsoever. Chinese manufacturers have reached tragic levels of desperation to the point that they are now making reels of them crying while sharing their horribly low sales records. Sympathetic comments have been pouring in from across the world. But the question remains, what could possibly have gone wrong for China to reach a situation as dire as this? Well, there are a few factors involved here, so here's the breakdown. First and foremost, we have the pandemic. We are all aware of how much of an impact COVID-19 has had on the world, and China is no exception. In fact, it was at the forefront, facing the worst of the crisis. The pandemic has caused a lot of disruptions in the global supply chain, and it's hitting China's manufacturing and retail industries hard. Workers were let go, sales were at an all-time low, and morale was in the trenches. Manufacturing companies have work that simply cannot be done remotely, making it one of the few industries most affected by the pandemic. Then we have the trade wars. The biggest, forever ongoing trade war is the one between China and the United States. The trade wars have caused a lot of uncertainty and instability in the market. And when there's uncertainty and instability, people tend to hold on to their money, which means they're not buying as much. They're not to blame, though. I mean, would you want to invest in something that might get hit with tariffs or sanctions at any moment? Last but not least, we have e-commerce. Oh, e-commerce, how you have revolutionized the way we shop. In China, e-commerce is king, and traditional brick-and-mortar stores are struggling to keep up. I mean, why go out and buy something when you can just click a button and have it delivered to your doorstep? It's convenient, fast, and easy. And if you're a traditional retailer in China, you're already at a disadvantage. Sorry, retailers, but the advent of this industry was bound to make you take a hit. Let's talk about China's aging population. Everyone in China seems to be reaching retirement age at the same time, and there aren't enough young whippersnappers to fill the gaps. I guess China needs to start pumping out more babies or importing some fresh blood. This made a significant dip in the operations of sales of several industries, including manufacturing ones that rely heavily on labor. And then we have rising labor costs. The worldwide inflation due to the recent recession has resulted in dirt-cheap costs to rise to designer prices overnight. I guess we'll have to start paying more for our knockoff Louis Vuitton bags. More costs means more higher selling points. Higher selling points results in a dip in sales. Things would not be looking good for manufacturers and retailers after the inflation hit. But let's not forget about overcapacity. It's like everyone and their grandma is making the same thing. You want a phone charger? Take your pick from the 5,000 brands available. It's a bit overwhelming, to be honest. With a wide array of options available, sales are bound to take an equal dip everywhere. Market saturation has been achieved, and it's time to move on from overused product manufacturing. Everyone wants to be a part of the cool kids club, but in China, it's like everyone's trying to be the captain of the football team. With so many companies trying to be trendy and innovative, it's hard to stand out. But hey, at least they're not wearing cargo shorts and Crocs. Chinese manufacturers have built ultra-specific, niche, super unique products for every single product to the point that the target audience for the product becomes a very, very small domain of people. Not everything needs a quick fix, especially at the cost of the economy. China's known for its smog-filled skies, and that's not doing any favors for the manufacturing industry. Who wants to work at a factory that feels like a gas chamber? It has gotten to the point that they might have to start selling gas masks as a new fashion trend. The health hazards can be pretty bad for workers in nearby residential areas alike. Labor costs are bound to rise with the environmental damage. Factories need to provide the health safety equipment by law to workers, and that adds up significantly in production costs. And with China's strict censorship laws, it's hard for companies to speak up about their struggles. They can't exactly tweet about it or post on Instagram, can they? It's like trying to have a conversation with your parents when you're grounded. This has been a long-time issue with Chinese policies, but it makes a significant difference in the age of technology where every other country is heavily reliant on social media monitoring, awareness campaigns, and peaceful protests. China has long been notorious for its copycat culture. Want an iPhone? You can find a fake one for a fraction of the cost. Want a Rolex? They've got you covered. But when everyone's copying everyone else, it's hard to make a name for yourself. It's like trying to be an original in a sea of clones. With prices becoming more competitive and affordable across the globe, the copycat model is no longer sustainable. Chinese manufacturing companies need to stand on their own 2 feet instead of relying on rip-off products. So, to sum it up, China's manufacturing and retail industries are facing a lot of challenges right now. Between the pandemic, trade wars, and e-commerce, it's like they're caught in a perfect storm. Business owners are desperate, and some are even resorting to praying because they don't know what else to do. It's a tough situation all around. But don't worry, there's hope on the horizon. Innovation, government support, and diversification could all help these industries overcome the challenges they are facing and emerge stronger in the long run. It's going to take some time and effort, but with the right approach, China's manufacturing and retail industries could turn this crisis into an opportunity for growth and renewal. First off, innovation is going to be key. China needs to embrace new technologies and find ways to make their products more attractive to consumers. This could mean investing in automation or using sustainable materials in their products. Remember, sustainability is cool, guys. Let's hop on that train. In fact, China could even start churning out some wacky, unique products that nobody else has thought of. A phone case that doubles up as a toaster, a smartwatch that doubles up as a hook. The possibilities are endless. At the same time, government support is essential. The Chinese government has already taken steps to support its industry, such as providing tax breaks and other incentives. But more needs to be done. The government needs to continue to invest in these industries and find ways to help them overcome the challenges they are facing. Help a brother out, you know. The Chinese government could also start encouraging people to buy more stuff, kind of like those buy local campaigns, but on steroids. Maybe they could even throw in some free dumplings or something to sweeten the deal. Or how about making it easier for businesses to set up shop? Less red tape, more high fives and hugs, maybe even a tax break or two for good measure. Lastly, diversification could be a way for these industries to weather the storm. For example, Chinese manufacturers could look to expand their businesses into other areas such as healthcare or technology. Similarly, retailers could start offering more services such as in-store experiences or personalized shopping services. By diversifying their businesses, these industries could potentially reduce their reliance on traditional manufacturing and retail. So, there you have it, folks. China has certainly got some problems, but they also do have some wacky solutions that just might work. It's going to take some time and effort, but with the right approach, China's manufacturing and retail industries could turn this crisis into an opportunity for growth and renewal. In the meantime, let's all pray to the mighty Buddha for some good vibes and maybe a discount on our next AliExpress order. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Make sure you watch our next video.